Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to have a little late night automation advice for you here. So, this platform's Integromat. It's a little bit like Zapier, but it's much more visual. So, as we get into it, you'll see it kind of works in more of a flow chart. So, it's pretty nice like that. It's way more powerful than IFTTT and just a little bit less free. But you do get 1,000 of what they call operations per month. So, it's not too bad to start. You just have to be mindful about how you build things, but we'll talk about that. So today's video is going to be about building an automation that will save a tweet every time I like it. You can see just some of the things I've already done in Integromat, by the way, importing new followers, importing new tweets, just in case I ever get banned. I have a nice backup of those. And I can pull notes over from Evernote into OneNote and just run an import like that. And then there was a failed attempt to get my book notes from G Drive into OneNote, but it's still a pretty powerful automation. So here we go. We'll create a new scenario. Okay, I'll just skip here. And again, what we want to integrate is Twitter and OneNote. So I'm going to click on this first module, the trigger, and I'm going to start typing in Twitter and pull that up. And we have, just a little bit down the list, watch likes. So this triggers when I, or a specified user, hits like on a tweet. So here my account's already connected, but otherwise I could hit add and I'd just go through the Twitter authentication. Here by screen name, so there's my screen name. You can follow me there if you'd like. And limit to, you don't have to worry too much about that. I normally put it up to 10 or something. It basically means, let's say you like 5 tweets and this runs every hour, then how many tweets is it going to run through? So if your limit is 2, it'll only run 2 of those in the next hour. It'll run again, and it'll only basically pass 2 every time that it's scheduled to run. So you can raise that number. You're not in any danger of really timing out or things clogging up, so you can even put it up to 20. All right, so here, where do we want to start from? You know what? Well, we could start from now on, but I'm going to start from a little while back just so we have a nice demonstration when I run this after. So I'm going to click to add a new module, and here we want OneNote. So add another module. Start typing in OneNote in the search. There we are. And then what I'm going to do is create a page. Now, this one takes a little while to load up. Some of the modules options do, mostly because Microsoft is kind of slow on the back end. So what I'll mention to you is this right here is the timer. Now, by default, this is set to run every 15 minutes, but you only get 1,000 operations per month. So if you're running every 15 minutes, then you're running 4 times an hour, which means you're running 96 times a day. You're going to get to your 1,000 very quickly. So I normally will reduce that to run as infrequently as I can, once a day, maybe, or twice a day, depending on what the automation is. So here we go. It's pulling up my OneNote, again, already connected. And here, section, I'm just going to put this in my inbox. The title now, this is dynamic, right? Because the title of the note, I don't really know what would make too much sense here. So maybe I can just put the date created at. Down here, what's important is I want the tweet text. So I'm going to click right there for text. And there's a whole bunch of other tweet properties you can see here. So hashtags, URL symbols, you could, if you wanted to, pull those out separately. It's not a bad idea. Here, I'll skip down a line and I'll actually put in URLs. Here, so right here, URL. And that way I'll have the URL to the tweet if I ever want it afterwards. There's a whole bunch of other properties through here. I don't know if any of them matter too much, so we'll just move on for now. Hit OK, and that's that. It's done. Now, there's this play button right here. I guess I would save normally. And there's this play button. This will let me do one run through. So I'll click that and let's see what happens. Find out if it worked. All right, so this is one operation, by the way, that I've used. Wherever you see this number 1, and it did one search, and it's now pulling all the tweets since all the tweets that I've liked since whatever date I clicked about a week and a half back. And you can see each time it makes a new note in OneNote, it's using an operation. So I'll stop there. I have used about 11 of my operations. So not too bad, especially because it's running from several days back. And just clicking on these bubbles, you can see what it did. So here's a tweet that I liked. So that looks pretty good. It seems like it went through. So that's that. Again, just remember to change your timer. Probably, again, if you don't need this to run very often, you can set it to run like every 1,000 minutes. One last thing to be aware of. Oh, no, we mentioned the limit already. Okay, cool. Well, then that is it, everyone. I hope that helped.